What was it like working at Capitol Records?
It was amazing. It really felt like I was actually living my dreams, you know? Coming here and having all of the history of all of the people who've been such a huge influence in my musical career, knowing that they were in these studios, singing in these mics, using these boards. It just felt like I was getting to be a little bit of their history. So yeah, it actually felt in some ways a little bit spiritual, having had these greats in these walls, you know, singing back to me in some ways.
In other words, darling, kiss me.
So some of the highlights of working at Captiol Studios, besides just in a very simple way fulfilling one of my dreams and checking off part of the bucket list, was the fact that David Foster and Michael Bublé were working on his Christmas album Across the Hall. 2 years ago, Michael Bublé actually gave me a phone call to help give me some direction. I was contemplating accepting a record deal, and the terms I wasn't comfortable with, and he encouraged me to be brave and to step out independently. So to walk in here 2 years later with the final stages of my album and to have him across the hall and to think that he was a sort of pivotal point in all of this, it felt like fate. It felt like there was a higher power working here. So that was incredible. And growing up in Victoria, my idol has always been David Foster. Feeling a sense of homegrown connection from this small city and seeing him become the leader in his field and the standard of excellence, and to have him be across the hall was amazing. And then I was so lucky he was able to take some time and come over and listen to one of our songs called Autumn Leaves. And he sat right behind me here and he listened intently, and at the end he told me that I had a beautiful voice and that he loved the song and loved the arrangement. And I swear I didn't breathe for 4 minutes and 22 seconds while he was listening, but again, it was almost an out-of-body experience, but on the same hand, it felt right. It felt like I belonged here, and it felt settled, and it felt great. So yeah, it's just been a magical experience being here. And it makes me emotional because it's been years of hard work, but it makes it all that more rewarding.
My name is John Clayton. I am a musician. I play bass, I arrange music, I compose music, I do anything involved with music. I just love music. Actually, I met Amanda through some of her colleagues and friends, and when they invited me to be a part of the project, I said absolutely, and along with Jeff Hamilton and Tamir Hendelman and Christoph Ludi, other musicians that I work very closely with, we joined forces and did what we could to help Amanda. It was a really, really, really wonderful surprise, pleasant surprise to hear the scope of her talent and hear her amazing, wonderful voice. You know, I hear a lot of voices, and she's got a voice that really, really feels good, sounds good, nice to write for.
My name is Jeff Hamilton, drummer on the Amanda Wood project. Amanda's got a lot of talent. I'm used to working with a lot of singers over the years. For some reason, I have been paired up with them playing drums, like the likes of Ella Fitzgerald and Barbra Streisand, Natalie Cole, Mel Torme, Tony Bennett, several singers. So it's Diana Krall of late, and so I guess I'd have to say I enjoy working with singers a lot who embrace the rhythm section and the whole ensemble, and not just use the band to sing over. But Amanda really has a affinity for embracing the whole band as she's singing. So it's one of the things that I enjoy about working with Amanda.
So what was it like working with John and Jeff?
They were great. Talk about being pros. We hired John to do 2 arrangements, And he brought so much character and a fresh sense to the songs, because these are classic songs. They're considered standards. They've been sung by the greatest, so it's quite intimidating to try to put your own touch onto these songs. But having John do the arrangement and lay the foundation allowed me the chance to put my own personality into the songs, to feel confident and free to sing them the way that I feel them. And having him there in the studio in Seattle when we recorded the big band songs was awesome, because he was so calm but so in control, such a natural leader. And you could see that the musicians were also just in awe of the experience of working with him. And then for Jeff Hamilton, I've grown up admiring him for years, as the rest of the world has, and in particular because of his work with Diana Krall. So I come from Victoria. Diana Krall's from just an hour and a half north in Nanaimo, and she's played at a lot of the clubs in Vancouver, where I'm now working my way through, and with a lot of the same musicians. So maybe 5 years ago, I was playing at a little jazz club in Gastown, in our sort of older warehouse section of Vancouver, and Diana Krall had been in town, and I was playing that weekend at this little jazz club called Rossini's. And who comes in but Jeff Hamilton, and he actually asked to sit in with us. And so I was just eyes, wide and super nervous. My heart was racing, but I got to play with him. And so again, 5 years later, here I am now actually having him on my album and working with him, and him coming in to do the mix on my album was amazing.
Fly me to the moon.
You got it really lined up. This is great.
It would be unison,
You
right?
can wet the strings up a little bit more for me too.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that is good.
My name is Steve Genewick. I'm the mixer on Amanda's record, and I'm a staff engineer here at Capitol Records. Amanda's been great. It's been really fun. We clicked really quickly, and it was relaxed, and we just had a really good time making this record.
Yeah, what does she like to work with?
She's very easy to work with, actually. Very fun, low key. She likes to joke around and have a good time, which I like to do too. So there's been a lot of, kind of back and forth fun stuff.
I just tell you I like you because you're paying. So
that's how it is. Oh, yeah.
I'm in trouble today.
Exactly. Wait to hear this mix. Different from yours.
As far as the actual work, she's been real easy. She seems to like what I'm doing, which is nice. And any comments that she's had about stuff have been right on.
Steve is great. Steve Genewick, our mixing engineer here at Captiol Studios, is incredible. He was recommended to us by both John and Jeff, and he's Al Schmidt's right-hand man. So he has worked on every great album that I admire. And to have Steve working on our music, again, gives me such confidence for the final product, and allows me to be able to relax and know that it's in his hands, and that you can just tell that he cares about it as much as I do, which is nice. It's not just a paycheck for him. He cares about the music, he cares about me, and he really loves the music. You can hear it as he's closing his eyes and he's riding the faders and making sure that my voice stands out, and that it has a level of excellence to it.
We do a lot of this kind of jazz, pop, big band type music, so I've been doing this for quite a while. The guys who have mentored me over the years, especially Al Schmidt, these are the kind of records that we make.
What would you say sets Amanda Wood apart from other artists nowadays?
I think her personality. She's such a fun girl to hang out with, and it really comes across in the music.
I think what sets Amanda apart from a lot of artists is that you sing or you play your personality. So that's what attracts people to what you do performance-wise. And I think once I got to know Amanda, and she's such a sweetheart, and I think that comes through her music, and she sings her personality. So I think that's naturally your personality is going to be different from anyone else's, and I think those qualities are what grabs people with Amanda's performances.
I think the three-letter word would be fun. She's a lot of fun. She's serious. She's really eager to learn, takes all of your ideas seriously, and is not afraid to try your ideas. Continue to do what you're doing. Do it with love. Strive for honesty and clarity in everything you do.
So what's next for Amanda Wood?
To be able to take this project to an international level, I want to tour the world. I want to meet as many people as I can and reach as many audiences as I can. And I want to continue to create great music. And one of the beauties of this style of music is that I can continue to create new music, but I have an incredible catalog from the last 50, 60 years of music to be able to reach back to. More than anything, it's important to me to connect with my audience, to connect with the lyrics, whether I've written the song or whether this is a cover, to sing it from a place that's very real. I think part of what makes my album and my live shows exciting is that the audience can tell that I love this music just as much as they do.
It's always encouraging to see people go for their dreams, and I feel like she really wants this. She's good at it, and I think that she's headed in the right direction to achieving that goal.
I wish her the best. You know, she's such a great person that, you know, I really hope that this works out for her, and I hope that she got all out of it that she wanted to.
My name is Amanda Wood, and this is who I am, and this is what I want to share with you. Everybody's like, yeah, come on, bring it on.
I want people to be able to have my music as the soundtrack to their lives.
I would say continue on that path, Amanda. You're doing great.
There's a big band on the record, and there's swinging arrangements, and it's a great voice over the whole thing. So for me, that's the appeal of it. It feels good, it's swinging, you can tap your foot to it. The songs are good, great material, so I think that's the answer.
I love this kind of music. It's my favorite stuff to do, so a project full of this was just a pleasure.